Good afternoon and welcome to this virtual meeting of the Allerdale Waste Services Shareholder Committee. My name is Gail Roach, I'm the Democratic Services Manager, and for the purpose of today's meeting I'm also the host. I'll be assisting the committee to manage the meeting. We are currently being live streamed on YouTube and a recording will be made available afterwards on the Council's website. Shortly I'll hand you over to the Chair, but firstly some introductions. Can I ask all the attendees to introduce themselves please, starting with the members. Councillor Fitzgerald.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Marion Fitzgerald, Portfolio Holder for Policy, Governance and People Resources.
Councillor Johnson.
Good afternoon. My name is Mike Johnson and I'm the Deputy Leader of Allerdale Borough Council.
Councillor Markley.
Good afternoon. Councillor Tony Markley, Portfolio Holder for Environmental Services. Thank you.
And the officers, please. Firstly, from Allerdale, Brendan Carlin.
Good afternoon. I'm Brendan Carlin. I'm the Assistant Chief Executive for Innovation and Commercial at Allerdale Borough Council.
And Catherine Nicholson.
Good afternoon. I'm Catherine Nicholson, Chief Officer for Assets and Section 151 Officer.
And officers from the Allerdale Waste Services, please. Charles Holmes.
Afternoon, everyone. I'm Charles Holmes, the Managing Director at Allerdale Waste Services.
And Joanne Fisher.
Good afternoon, everyone. Joanne Fisher, Operations Manager for AWS.
Thank you for your introductions. Can I please remind everybody to remain on mute throughout the meeting unless you're intending to speak. To speak, please can you use the raised hand icon and only speak when it's requested to by the Chair. And once you finish speaking, please remember to lower your hand. I will now hand you over to the Chair to formally start the meeting. Councillor Johnson.
Thank you, Gail. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Allerdale Waste Services Shareholder Committee meeting today, Monday, the 15th of February 2021. As previously stated, my name is Councillor Mike Johnson and I am the Chair of this meeting. You've been introduced to the members and officers in attendance today, so now moving on to the agenda. Item 1, the minutes. To agree as a correct record the minutes of the meeting held on the 14th of December 2020. For the purposes of this virtual meeting, I will assume that all members are in agreement with the minutes unless they use the raised hand function to indicate that they wish to speak. Can members please indicate now? Thank you. The minutes are approved. Item 2, apologies for absence. Have we any apologies for absence, Gail?
No apologies, Chair.
Thank you. Item 3, declarations of interests. Members, please use the raised hand function to indicate if you wish to make a declaration. If it becomes apparent during consideration of any items that you may have an interest, please declare it at that point. There's no declarations. So moving on to item 4, Managing Director's Quarterly Progress Report, October to December 2020. Charles, please.
Thanks, Chair. I'm actually going to ask Joanne Fisher, the Operations Manager, to talk through the report and answer any questions at the end, but obviously I'll be available at the end as well to answer questions. Over to you, Joanne.
Okay. Thanks, Charles. Right. Good afternoon, everyone. So in Q3, the company collected all of the 1,357,145 containers that were presented. Total waste and recycled materials collected being just over 10,375 tonnes, which is an increase of 42 tonnes, equating to 4% on the same period last year. Both the management and frontline teams have been working extremely hard to reduce the amount of missed collections that are reported to us by householders, and I'm pleased to report that across all services, the total number of missed collections reported to us was 1,053. This represents a collection rate of 99.923%, giving a missed rate of 77 containers for every 100,000 that is collected. This shows a marked improvement on both Q1 and Q2, which were 99 and 85 per 100,000 collections. Any collections that are reported as missed should receive a collection within 48 hours of receipt of notification, and this quarter only 14 were not able to be collected within this period. Again, this is an improvement on both previous quarters, and I would like to add that all collections are returned for if at all possible. The overall company performance relating to collections is detailed in Table 2 in section 4.4 of the report. The ongoing COVID-19 pandemic continues to provide challenges, with our risk assessments and safe working practices under constant review and new measures implemented as they're identified. Yet despite this, we have continued with all collections and worked hard to ensure a successful Christmas and New Year collection period for Allerdale residents. In October, the company board met and approved a business plan to expand and establish an MOT business. Approval was provided by the shareholder committee in December, and the team have worked hard to ensure that all the appropriate arrangements are in place for an anticipated April start. Over the last quarter, the company has continued to work closely with the council on future service delivery options, and these were presented to the shareholder committee in December. Following on from this meeting, the company are currently undertaking further work and continue to work closely with the council, and the outcomes of which will be presented at a future meeting of the shareholder committee. The health and safety of our teams and the general public continues to be our #1 priority, and throughout this third quarter, we have continued to work closely with the workforce to focus on this area. Our approach has been one of working together, training, and through the use of crew monitoring both on-site and remotely using the onboard vehicle camera systems. Any areas identified are followed up immediately with the individuals and ensure the operation is being delivered safely. Our Health and Safety Committee continues to meet each month and address any reported issues, including all near-miss reports, audits and crew monitoring. The company commissioned a new health and safety video this quarter, and this has been done with the help of the committee. It's now been completed and has started to be rolled out to all staff. A full health and safety report is attached at Appendix 2 and outlines all the activities and actions. At this point, does anybody have any questions or comments on any of the reports so far? No.
No, if you can continue, please, Joanne.
Yeah. The next part would be the financial update, which I believe would be carried out under part 2 and would be done by our Managing Director, Charles Holmes.
That's correct. So therefore, I move that under section 100A of the Local Government Act 1972, the public be excluded from the meeting for agenda item 5 on the grounds that it may involve the likely disclosure of exempt information as defined in paragraph 3 of part 1 of the schedule 12A of the Act. Thank you. The meeting has been moved into part 2 and the live stream will now be stopped.